Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I want to talk to you about something that is very popular right now, and this is contouring and highlighting. I want to talk to you about the basic way today to do it. So I want to talk to you about how to achieve a natural contour and highlight and why it is important and what tools to use. So first of all, what kind of products can you use to contour and to highlight? So we have different kind of like cream products we can utilize. So we can use, for example, concealer palettes, or we have like full coverage foundations that help us with that, or you can utilize just regular concealer. With this kind of palettes, different brands have them. I find cream is a little bit more of an advanced product to use. It's not really like a couple of years ago, nobody would have think of contouring and highlighting their face with creams besides makeup artists. But now these days it gets more popular and more common. But I find, especially if you're a beginner with makeup, start off with a powder and work your way to the creams. That is just my opinion. For the powders, for contouring and highlighting, we have different kind of like bronzers and blushes that are really good to use for that. And then also we have different kind of kits from different brands. Everybody brings out now contour kits, and it's really popular, where you have kind of like your highlight shades, your contour shades. Important is that if you are a little bit more on the light to medium skin side, that the contour color is more of a taupey, ashier brown color. Shouldn't be too warm, because the shadow naturally has no red undertones to it. So definitely a more gray toned brown would be looking a little bit more natural. While if you go into a deeper skin tone, try to find a good tone that is not too cool but not too warm, kind of like a little bit more neutral, because if you go too gray undertoned, it can turn your skin looking ashy, and that is never a good look. So definitely find the right shade for that as well. But many brands offer this now these days as well. So I want to do a contour and highlight today with powders, and I'm starting off by using this one right here. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit. And very important is the right tools to use. For powder, what I find is the easiest and best way to contour your face is an angled contour brush. An angled contour brush is designed to really hug the kind of like facial features, kind of like your most important, of course, the cheekbone, the temples underneath the jawline. And these are special designed because of the curve. It really hugs the kind of like bone structure. So I'm using this right now, but I'm starting off with highlighting the face, and I'm using this kind of like light peachy color in here, and they having names. I will link everything in the description bar so you know what I'm using. And I'm highlighting by just using a little bit underneath my eyes. It is very natural looking, so don't expect me to look like a drag queen after I applied everything. And I go in the center of the forehead, down the bridge of the nose, and throughout the center of my face pretty much. This will just brighten a little bit the center area, so definitely helps me to get a little bit more dimension to the face. And this is the whole reason why we do contour and highlight. We want to get dimension back to the face. Now I'm using this color here, and I know what's that called because I'm using it all the time. It's called Fawn, and this one is a kind of like gray ashy looking brown shade, using the same brush. Now for contouring your cheek, the easiest way to do it, if you would imagine a line from where your hair ends to your mouth, this is pretty much where you will find your cheek hollow, and this is where you want to have the darkest point of your contour. And that brush again is specially designed to do that for me. So I'm holding it this way, the tip facing up, and I'm just contouring softly, going down the hollow of my cheek, and kind of like first doing kind of like a stripe there okay? Very important, don't go too much into the front, so when your eye starts, this is pretty much where you should stop with any cheek product. If it's highlighter, if it's blush, if it's the contour, don't go too close to the nose because we have a couple of expression lines here and we would emphasize that. So I'm using it like going in this direction. And then I like to do little circles with this brush. So I'm diffusing the product upwards, not downwards, because I want to still keep the darkest point on the lowest part of the cheek, but I want to diffuse it towards my cheekbone. This is number one. And then I'm taking a little bit more, and I like to just get a little bit more definition on the side of my face by using it in the temple area. And then also underneath my jawline, just defining this a little bit further. And when I look straight into the camera right now, you can see that this side definitely has more dimension. It looks a little bit more interesting and three-dimensional, while this one still is a little bit more flat looking. If you don't want to go all the way down here, stop a little bit further in the back. I just personally like to have a little bit stronger on myself, but again, find the right finish for you. And I will repeat that on the other side. And that will be a really easy contour and highlight for every day. I don't contour my nose, I don't contour anything else because I want to keep it natural, and I find walking around in daytime with two brown stripes on the side of your face, of your nose, is not really natural. But to finish off the look, I want to finish it off with a little bit of blush and powder highlighter. So for the blush, you have so many options, cream, powders, however you prefer it. And I like to use more of a powder. So I'm having a Morphe palette right here and two brushes. So for these two brushes, I don't use both of them, but I explain how you make or how you choose what is the right blush brush for you. So you have one that is a little bit more fluffy and a little bit more kind of like, yeah, bendable and not as dense, while this one is very dense and kind of like the traditional blush brush. So with this one, you deposit a little bit less product, while this one picks up more product and deposits a little bit more product. So if you're very heavy-handed, I probably would go with something like this, just to make sure you don't apply too much product right away, because once it's on your face, it's not really easy to remove. But if you are really secure on how to use blush, you can just use a regular blush brush. And this is what I will do now. Using a very natural looking color, I'm using the center color of this palette, just a little bit, making sure I tap off the excess product because I don't want to have too much going on. I'm not a big blush person, I like more bronzer. So I'm going in a circular motion where I already created the contour, but a little bit right above. And blush just gives me a little bit color back to the skin and a little bit more warmth. And I'm using circular motions to deposit the product in all directions evenly. Once I apply that on my cheek, I also like to just take a little hint right above my eyebrow, as well as on my chin, just to make that color repeat itself in the skin. I just find it looks a little bit more flattering. And last but not least, a powder highlight. I have it. I'm sorry if you don't get it anymore, but I want to use it. It's Oh Darling from the new MAC collection. It is called Magic of the Night. This was sold out so quick everywhere. It's a beautiful gold highlighter using a Morphe brushes. This is the M501. And the extra dimension skin finishes, they're the best. So I'm just loading my brush a little bit. And then you want to apply that on the top of your cheek. And then I'm again depositing it in a circular motion. Oh my god, it is beautiful. I haven't applied it yet on my face. I'm just dying. Again, make sure you don't go too close to the center, but do you see the glow? can die now. Anyway, so for a natural daytime look, you just want to keep it a little bit on the top of your cheeks, and don't go too close to your eyes as well if you have more expression lines right there, because I never do any expression in my face. I don't have them yet. And I personally just like to use it also a little bit above my cupid's bow in the center of my nose. Now coming to the pro tip of the day, and today I want to give you the little tip how to not remove it, but kind of like soften contour or blush or any kind of like cheek product. And that is really easy, and that is just taking your powder, your face powder, and your powder brush, dipping it in a little bit. You don't want to take too much, and just go over the area you want to soften it a little bit. The powder will lay on top and kind of like mask the product underneath a little bit, so you don't have a too strong appearance if you went a little bit crazy on your cheek. And that will be it. This is how you can achieve a beautiful contour and highlight on your face. If you already have gorgeous cheekbones, don't even worry about it, but I'm a man, so I have to draw them on, unfortunately. But this is how I do it, and this is how I like to do it, and I hope this really helped you on achieving it on yourself. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, as well as subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you have anybody you think benefit from my videos, make sure you send them a link and share it with the word, so people find me. And then if you have any questions to the products, everything is in the description bar, as well as all of the links to my social medias, and like and share that as well, and follow there as well. And that will be it. So thank you very much again for watching, and until I see you next time, I wish you now a wonderful day and enjoy.